Morning. Yes, it's Monday the 3rd, not Sunday the 2nd. So, what happened was the printer. I was just finishing up the compartmental making project. I made some tags and left those blank so that I could cover them when I put them in a journal with coordinating paper or what have you. Made some envelopes, lots of envelopes. I made this cute little card with this frog. It's a Japanese print, and I just love it. He is so adorable. He's rivaling the alpaca. So I basically made a bunch of pieces like I did last week and didn't finish them, left them the way that they were so that I can color them and decorate them for any journal that I might want to use them in the future. This is one of the few ones I did color in that I shaded it and I uh, can use the inside pattern from an envelope as a tab if I want to, or I can use, you know, contrasting colors or what have you. Made a couple of envelopes out of paper that I had printed that is envelopes and postcards. I also made an envelope that is, more standard. It's an ink and an ink pen. I made this taller one out of one of the master boards from 2 weeks ago. And then I started working on windowed envelopes because I have never gotten the hang of this. So I started out by just collaging straight pieces and trying to just kind of overlap that edge a hair. Some open up from the top, some open from the side. And, that was good. It was good to sort of get into the swing of things, but I really wanted to make some of these same envelope pockets out of business size letters with like one sheet of the same paper instead of collaging. So I was getting ready to do that while also looking through some old unfinished journal covers to see if maybe there was a journal cover that I could use for a project that I want to start. And, this one is a good example. It's put together, but it's not covered. And honestly, it's too small. This one I like very much because of its box style with its added closure, which gives it this nice boxy shape. Too small. I love this one. It has a nice box um, folder in it, but again, it's too small for what I have in mind. So I just kept going through all of these covers. Now, this one is big enough, but it's made out of a file folder and it's pretty badly misshapen. It's been knocked around a lot. So I took it over to my ironing board and kind of steamed it and then weighted it down to see if I could flatten it out. We'll see what happens. This was a genealogy workbook that I started years ago, like, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, and haven't used. And because it's dedicated for a purpose. I don't want to use this. And then this last one, I can't even remember which journal I actually started this for, um, but it's big enough. It's both tall enough and wide enough. It has its denim spine support on, and the only thing I have to do is get, decorate it to cover the water stains. So after all that, I took out the cover that was steamed, and it's really not much better. It needs to be reinforced. I don't like that soft cover feel. So I moved on to covering another box, like my ephemera box from a couple weeks ago, with paper and getting that prepped to paint it. And then I discovered that the box that I was preparing was not deep enough and would not accommodate the size journal I was intending to make. So I looked around at the boxes I had done in the past, and the only one that looked like it might hold what I needed it to hold was this one. So I pulled it down off the shelf, emptied it out, and dry fitted the closest size journal, which happens to be that genealogy workbook journal. And it not only fits, but it sits in the box. A lot of the boxes that I have, the materials don't sit in the box. They overhang slightly, which I don't mind because it's just, you know, material keepers on a shelf. But this particular project that I'm trying to get started needs to be like a box set, if that makes any sense to you. So while I work around the printer tragedy of my broken printer, or it's out of, it's not in service anymore. It's been discontinued for a number of years, and I really can't complain about that. I bought it for $5 at a resale shop, and it is a home office printer, which means it does scanning, copying, um, photo prints, envelopes, the whole shebang. To buy another printer like that that does similar functions with a flatbed scanner instead of a sheet fed scanner will cost me minimum, because I spent a day fretting over this, about $250. And if I want that printer to last as long as possible and be as economic as possible, I need to spend at least $200 to get a tank printer, not an inkjet cartridge printer. But I don't have that kind of money. This is a non-monetized channel. So in the end, I opted for the best um, choice I could find that has a flatbed scanner, but it is not a home office printer. And the ink will not break the bank, I don't think. It's expensive, and it is an inkjet. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we'll have to spruce this box up. I love this box. It's one of the first ones I ever made, and Amazon has changed their small box sizes. So this is the only one, as I said, that I have that has the right dimensions. I may have to scuff this up with a sanding block and recover it, and that is making the alpaca sad, among other things that have happened this week. So we'll see if we can get the alpaca to dry its tears, and maybe I'll have a Thursday episode that actually shows this box being transformed for you, since this is such a nothing burger episode. Such is life. These things happen and we just work around it. Thanks for joining me. I always appreciate it when you come and spend some time with me. I'll do my best to get you an update on Thursday. God bless. See you real soon.